do all the notification stuff.
I do like the title screen updating. That's a nice touch.
I'm curious who all will get on it by the time we're done. If there's, I assume that means that since they did one, there'll be more. Okay, well, so last we left off, what was the... Oh, there's something here, maybe from one of the choices we made?
Maybe if we went full, support, if we accepted, what's her name?
Aoi?
Not Aoi.
Tomoe?
Tomoe, yeah. I don't think the Aoi choice meant a whole lot. I think the Aoi choice is a flag for the true ending.
Oh, really?
And it's something specific that we have to. Yeah, this is a flag.
Okay.
The scene itself doesn't really feels like it doesn't really change depending on what you pick.
Yeah.
It goes. It feels very but thou must, right?
No, that's fair. Maybe because what it was like go after her, or was it just two? Was it go after her, don't go after her?
Yeah, it was just two.
Okay.
Go after her, don't go after her. The Tomoe thing, though, the Tomoe thing was like, hey, I can handle myself, or okay, sure, I will accept your protection. And I feel like if we went into, hey, I'm going to accept your protection, that gives us a different CG, maybe.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
That
They
that
get
gives
like
us something with Tomoe and
she like forces her to like dress in pink, and we get a CG of her like in frilly pink, and she's dying or something like that.
we get like a sleepover type of thing at
Yeah,
least, or maybe them at dinner or something.
maybe. I could see that for sure. So yeah, so that's what happened last. Is Tomoe was upset and thought somebody was coming after her, and then she agreed to meet. Was it Kojiro
Yeah,
for like
and that's why
coffee
we
or
have.
something?
Yeah, he asked her out after accusing her of being corpse girl.
So he's into it, you know, like a normal guy.
He's
Uh,
so normal. He's the
so
most normal
normal.
character we have.
Honestly, kind of. He
He
seems,
has weird he has weird interests, but he's so normal about everything.
yeah, like he seems like he has the least amount of baggage so
He's
far.
so he's so chill.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a serial killer amount of chill. And like I wouldn't be surprised if he has like bodies in the closet.
Oh
But
yeah,
like
yeah,
he is giving off no sus vibes. He's not
yeah,
shifty, he's not shaky, he's a solid dude. He's
yeah.
rocks. He's weird, but that's
He-
but that's nothing compared to the rest of the fucking cast. He's just
yeah.
weird. That's all we have to deal with
That's
him.
it. That's literally it.
I can deal with weird.
He just likes some weird books and is a
Yeah,
mortician.
we're dealing with neuroses up the wazoo
Yeah.
on the work side of things. Outside of work, we just got Koji here.
Yeah. I still stand by my hypothesis that she's gonna like recruit him, and they're gonna use dead bodies from the morgue to like make them up into like
Yeah, no, that was a good fucking
people.
theory.
Just because
I
like I don't know how else
gen-
to explain how Emmy saw her physical body out there.
yeah, no, that was freaky. I
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that when I didn't put that together when he mentioned he was a mortician.
Yeah. I think it's just because that's been sticking for me is like was it a hallucination? Did she actually see it? Like, and so far I was like, well, maybe it's a hallucination because Corpse Girl clearly doesn't do that. But now that like we know this, and also that he's on the freaking title screen. Like, I don't know if anybody else is gonna show up here. I don't know if that means it's because they're like involved in the scheme, if you will, or if there's like other reasonings for them appearing here, like they've just become like important to the plot more so or something. I don't know, but that's what made me think it. Anyway, that's where we were. So, I'm talking to Tomoe, I guess, and we have our little choice saves, so that's nice.
Were we talking to Tomoe? I thought we were in the cafe.
I thought we were too, but this screenshot shows Tomoe, so what is? I don't think it'll.
Check the log. Oh no! I remember
Does it
now.
happen?
I remember now.
Oh yeah.
No.
Tomorrow.
We set up the date.
Yeah, so we haven't actually. I
We
assume it
haven't
happens
gone
after
yet.
work or something, maybe.
Yeah. It seems like a weekend thing, maybe.
Yeah.
Did you miss me?
Nah, just glad you haven't bit the dust yet.
That's so sweet.
Tomoe leans in close to me, almost uncomfortably so.
Listen, have you had any trouble with Corpse Girl?
No, I think I'm in the clear.
Well, I guess the time marked on the photo has long passed. Maybe you really are safe.
Yeah. Thanks, though.
Huh? Thanks for what?
For thinking of me.
Ah, shut up.
Tomoe's face is glowing red with embarrassment. Despite our differences, our interactions regarding Corpse Girl have helped us bond a little. I'm not counting on Tomoe and I having a lasting friendship. Even just quiet peace might be expecting too much. I think it's in Tomoe's nature to want to pick fights with people, regardless of whether she's close to them or not. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up quarreling again, no matter how much we learn to respect each other.
I'm at my desk if you need me, but don't bother me, you know?
She waves and leaves the cryptic statement in the air behind her. I return my attention to my computer and mark a few tasks on my list as completed. The next person to waddle up to my desk and interfere with my work is Shinya.
You weren't in yesterday?
Nope.
Are you well?
Yep.
Okay. I've been meaning to speak to you about Sato.
Aoi?
Yes, the thing is, I'm kind of in deep water because of her not showing up to work. And then resigning immediately.
Shit. I was supposed to talk to you about that, actually. It kind of slipped my mind.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry, Shinya. It's my fault, really. I hassled you to get Aoi a job.
No. I didn't exercise due diligence. I really should have made her come in for an interview. Or I should have spoken to her myself to see if her heart was really in it.
When you put it that way...
I'm not trying to be callous, but what he said makes sense.
Listen, you couldn't have known it, but Aoi struggles a bit day to day. I'll just say she has some anxiety issues and leave it at that.
Anxiety, huh?
Don't tell anyone I said that. I was under the impression she's been doing a lot better, but maybe I was wrong.
I guess we all have our hidden struggles, right?
Right.
If only he knew. Then again, maybe Shinya struggles too. Maybe dating Tomoe is his cry for help. Maybe he's going to snap one day and come into the office with a knife. Or maybe he'll discover Corpse Girl's website and request Kotomi Ida's death in retaliation for ending his career. Who knows? I can't read this guy as well as I initially thought. For the longest time, I was under the impression he had a crush on me, so what would I know?
Anyway, I hope Sato feels better soon. Maybe she'll find a job that suits her one day.
Maybe.
Say, seeing as we're friends now and all, would you mind if I asked you a personal question?
That depends on what it is.
It's related to, intercourse?
Oh my god. What the hell, Shinya?
Tomoe is rambunctious? Question mark.
Yeah, that would be my guess. My face scrunches up at the word. I don't like the direction this conversation is heading in.
Shouldn't this be something you talk to your girlfriend about?
Yes, you're right. But I can't actually speak to her about it.
Oh shit, I guess I was closer than I thought.
Friend I have, so
Shinya's face takes on a dark expression that's far more depressing than what he just said. I feel bad for the guy.
Well, what's the question?
oh, if,
Oh no.
hypothetically
Oh.
speaking, if someone pressures you into, you know,
Oh, this guy, oh, way worse.
Sex?
His face turns red in an instant.
yes, that. If someone pressures you,
He's
and you
crying!
really
Aw.
don't want to do it. What should you do?
Oh, poor Shinya.
Say no. Firmly and loudly. No one should make you do things you don't want to do.
Yes. Of course.
I feel that my answer didn't give Shinya the comfort he is obviously seeking.
Is Tomoe pressuring you into going all the way?
No, of course not. She would never. Never mind. It was foolish of me to bring up this topic. I'm really sorry, Noriko. Please forgive my lack of professionalism.
That seemed. Can you hit the log real quick?
Do you think it's Ida?
I think it's Ida.
As like revenge for like, or like, not revenge, like,
Not even revenge. I think it's like.
Shoot, what's the word?
Just pressure from
Like,
higher ups.
Yeah, like, isn't there a word for like when like a superior is like extra? I don't know, but yeah, I think yeah. Maybe that explains why.
That reaction was immediate and vehement. It is not
Yeah.
Tomoe.
Which I'm glad, because I was just starting to like Tomoe,
Yeah.
and I was about to be like, God damn it. So, but
And
no,
like it would be understandable if she was like really excitable,
uh-huh.
but like
I could see, like, if he had been like, how do I stop? It's every, like, 3 times a day and I can't keep up. Please tell me. Please help me tell her that I can't take it anymore. That would have been like, oh, okay. Kind
yeah,
of funny,
that
but
would have.
whatever.
But this seems much more serious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm good.
I do think that the game wants us to think that it's Tomoe, but I don't think it is.
No.
Shinya bows to me deeply, his face parallel to the floor. He quickly turns and scuttles away before I get the chance to say anything else. What was all that about? Could Tomoe be pressuring him? I wouldn't put it past her, but something doesn't feel right. She seems really smitten with him. Would she really push him like that? Maybe it's guilt from not being able to prevent his career going down the toilet, but I feel like I should try and do something to help him. I watch Shinya get on the elevator, and once the double doors close, I get up from my desk and scoot over to Tomoe's workstation.
Hey, can I have a minute?
This is weird. Normally I come to bother Yo.
Yeah, sorry. Have you and Shinya ever gone all the way?
Huh? We've only been together for, what, a week? You think I'm some sort of slut? Hey, don't answer that! Look, not that it's your business, but... No, we haven't. Shinya's sweet. He's old-fashioned, you know. He wants to really get to know me before we go down that road. And I'm happy to wait. The last few guys I dated only ever wanted one thing from me. And that gets old real fast, you know?
Okay, I believe you.
Why are you asking me anyway?
No, I was curious, that's all.
Cut off. I thought she was done.
You think we're real friendly now, don't ya? Well, I don't mind some girl talk. Come talk to me anytime.
Thank you. I'll do that.
Tomoe waggles her fingers in a goodbye wave, and I return to my desk. I'm starting to, like, really like Tomoe in, like, a way that I was not expecting.
Yeah.
Especially after she, like, assaulted...
Yeah,
assaulted
she came on strong.
Yeah.
And now she's easing off.
If I take Tomoe at her word, which I find myself doing increasingly often, then she's not trying to get Shinya to do anything he's uncomfortable with. So that can only mean one thing. Someone else is pressuring Shinya. But the guy admitted to me only today that his only friends are Tomoe and myself. So, who is he talking about when he brought up the subject? I'm a little worried that I haven't received a news alert for an obituary today. My latest victim, that twin woman, had her photo timestamp sent to 9:01 this morning. If my method worked, like it has the last few times, then she should be well and truly dead by now. She should have slit her own throat, or someone mysterious should have come along and slit it for her. It's not like I've managed to identify how a corpse girl's power works. I'm no closer to figuring out why her victims die. All I know is that they do die. And yet, I can't find any matching obituaries for the day. I just feel like that's very bold for, like, an obituary to come out that fast. Maybe it's different in Japan, but every time she says that, I'm like, bruh.
Yeah.
I've tried searching manually, too. I can't always rely on my automatic filters to get it right. I've scoured every source I can find and have come up with nothing. It's possible that she hasn't killed herself yet. It's possible that she's planning to do it. Or maybe someone else is still plotting to kill her on Corpse Girl's behalf. It's also possible that this time my victim won't die. Depressingly, that puts me back at square one. My winning streak will be over before it really begins, if the corpse photo has no effect. I make a mental note to discard the burner phone when I get home. I somehow forgot to get rid of it on my way to work, being so absorbed in my strict morning routine. But it's not too late. Barely 24 hours have passed since I sent out the photo. I'm not straying too far from my modus operandi.
Yo, you came. Mad.
Is he scruffier than usual?
I feel like he is. Like, definitely the like, tie thing is happening, and I think he didn't have... I think he was clean-shaven last time we saw him, but I could be wrong.
That's what I noticed, like, immediately. Like,
Yeah.
the tie thing is, like, he's pretending to wear a tie. That's cool.
Yeah.
But the shadow is distracting.
Yeah. Interesting. That familiar halting voice snaps me out of my thoughts. Kojiro stands before me, wearing slightly cleaner clothes than the last time we met. It's very possible that he interpreted this meetup as a date and decided to wear his absolute best outfit. The smell of the morgue is only faint upon him, thanks to the desperate cover-up scent of strong cologne.
Hi,
Can I sit?
please.
Kojiro pulls up a chair and sits across from me. He's relaxed and awkward all at once. His tall, lanky form doesn't really seem to fit in with the tiny, cozy cafe he selected as our meeting point.
Waiting long?
No, not really.
Great. Ordered yet?
No. What do you recommend?
House blend. Fantastic. They roast it here. Also, the chocolate gâteau is amazing. I'll order 2 slices.
Thank you, but I'm not hungry. Coffee is fine.
Roger that.
The waitress eventually comes around and Kojiro places our order in fluent French. I think the waitress is taken aback as she bows politely and humbly asks him to repeat himself in Japanese. Oh my god, what a show-off.
Oh.
Once our order is settled, Kojiro leans forward and looks into my eyes.
You wear glasses?
I subconsciously reach a hand to my face and check if I am indeed wearing glasses. Of course I'm not.
No? Why would you say that?
Kojiro leans back casually and shrugs.
Couldn't remember. Maybe you had them on last time.
Last time? Is he referring to when we met at the library?
I've never worn glasses. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just make a conversation.
Her
This place
sister
is
doesn't
great,
wear glasses
right?
either.
Yeah. At least not from
That
what we
was a-
saw.
Weird fucking comment.
Yeah, I'm confused on what the purpose of that was. It's true that the cafe possesses a quiet, comfortable atmosphere. The smell of freshly roasted coffee lingers in the air, and the display of various cakes at the front counter doesn't make me ill. I can make out the faint sound of acoustic music in the background, with vocals in what I presume to be French. All in all, it's a nice place. Kojiro chose well.
Oh, is this place expensive? I just don't have much money, that's all.
Don't worry. It's on me. How's work? The bank, right?
I cock my head to the side. Did I ever tell him what I do for work? I don't recall saying anything on the subject.
Okay.
I work at the head office for Temujin, not in an actual bank.
Has he been, like, stalking her or something? Maybe she says it on her, like, noise profile? I don't know how social media works in this universe.
Mm,
Huh.
Oh, there.
Read your profile wrong.
I relaxed somewhat at his explanation. Of course he would have read my I don't think this is right. Of course he would have read my noise profile before meeting up with me. That's pretty normal.
I was so positive on
I
Koji.
love how we were both like, yeah, he's the most normal guy here, and then he shows up and immediately starts being freaky as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't keep much personal information on there, but it's true that my workplace is listed. Our conversation is put on hold as the waitress returns with 2 cups of coffee and a single slice of chocolate gâteau. The cake is delicate and moist, and my stomach growls a betrayal of my convictions. Kojiro thanks the waitress in French, and she once again bows in embarrassment and takes her leave.
Bite?
He scoops up a section of the cake with his fork and holds it out to me. I wave a hand politely and shake my head.
Oh well.
He takes a bite and looks immensely satisfied with his choice of dessert.
Could eat if you wanted. You're skin and bones.
Excuse me?
Just saying. Could stand to gain some weight.
Never mind, he's fucking great.
The nerve of him! Who would say that to a young woman?
I'll have you know that I eat perfectly well. Think.
Whoa. Sorry. Wasn't trying to be mean. You're gorgeous. Just saying. Some cake wouldn't hurt.
I'm gorgeous? I feel a little flushed and I look down at my phone to avoid Kojiro's warm
Try the
gaze.
coffee, please.
I reach for the cup in front of me. More due to the
Goddamn.
pleasant aroma than Kojiro's suggestion. I take a sip.
He's gonna end up as a stalker serial killer some kind of way. But he's just too fucking charming. He's gonna get away with it. He's gonna get away with everything. He's too fucking charming. Holy shit.
Nope. He knows what the fuck he's doing. It's been served at the perfect drinking temperature, and it's absolutely delightful. Rich, delicate. I could drink this all day. I've probably been wasting my time drinking canned coffee. This is the real deal.
Thoughts?
For the first time since Kojiro arrived, I smile.
It's wonderful.
Right? I like your smile.
This guy is really laying it on thick. I didn't come here to be swooned. Still, the praise is kind of nice, even if he is just trying to play me with the oldest lines in the book. I figure I should switch the subject to encourage him to stop flirting.
So, how long have you worked in the morgue?
Wow. Good question. Okay. Let's see. 34 now. Started there at 22.
I thought he was saying he was 34 years, and I was like, how old are you, motherfucker?
Damn. 12 years. Never thought about it. Shit, I'm old.
No, not at all. You're older than I expected, but really, it's no big deal.
How old are you? Can I ask that?
I don't mind. I'm 20.
You. Okay. Right.
Oh, God.
You!
He took a chance
I don't-
knowing that there's a possibility
So-
she was like 17.
there's a sort of phrasing. If you have to ask, it's probably better to say no.
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
have
man.
if the question is, hey, is this character legal enough for me to be horny? The answer is no. They're not
Yeah.
legal enough. Stop it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have risked it if I was him, but
If
Maybe
you
he-
have to ask, the answer is no.
maybe he likes the thrill of danger. I like the idea that she would have said like 16 or 17. He would have been like, okay, or something like that. Or like he would have immediately run out of the cafe.
Yeah.
Is that an issue?
No, of course not. You're mature for your age. Or I'm out of touch.
You're out of touch.
I can't help but giggle.
Wow. Okay.
He laughs it off, but I wonder if I did hit a nerve.
Would you date an older guy?
Oh, damn. And there it is, straight to the point. How do I answer a question like that?
Good question. I've got no issue with age, but I don't really know if you're my type.
Turns out this is
That's what the
actually
date's for.
a what?
That's what the date is for. To
Yeah,
figure
that's
out
fair.
if he's your type.
Maybe this is actually a dating sim all along, and we can end up with Shinya, Tomoe, Aoi, or this guy. And Aoi's like the hard true end or something like that, because there's already problems there. We gotta really like, I don't know.
And if I can be honest, there is someone I have feelings for already.
That's so. Unrequited love, huh?
Something like that.
Props can't compete with that. Well, that's okay. You're stunning. Out of my league. Thrilled to be friends if nothing else.
Friend sounds nice.
Mad.
He keeps saying that. Like, what kind of lingo is that?
He's old.
I guess. He raises his coffee cup in a toast, then takes a sip. Maybe I had him wrong. He might be a bit more mature than I gave him credit for. If he can take rejection without pressing the point, that speaks a lot about his character.
So, Corpse Girl.
Ooh. Oh, he's just bringing her up. He's not calling her Corpse Girl.
Interesting, right? How does she do it? The photos, the killings, all without knowing the Vic's name.
Yeah.
Wonder what her death count is.
3, 4 if I'm lucky. I try not to say this aloud.
Eiichi Hanada. Car crash. Was it planned? Got the brake line. Drugged.
I have no idea. Sorry.
But you requested his death.
Yes.
I did lead him to believe that. I'll have to continue to go along with it.
And for no personal reason?
That's right.
Brutal. Don't request my death, okay?
We'll see.
His face lights up, almost as if he's impressed with the ambiguous answer. Excited, even.
Maybe I should try the site. Request a death. Know anyone who deserves it?
Sorry, not off the top of my head.
Neither. Maybe you should request me. I'm dying to know how it goes down.
You know, maybe you shouldn't mess with this stuff. What if you really ended up dead?
I can protect myself. I mainly want a corpse photo. How does she do it? Oh, by the way, you read that book I gave you?
You mean Strange Flower?
Bingo.
I'm halfway through it.
Wow, fair effort. It's long. Thoughts?
It's interesting, I won't lie.
No, Belle Sinclair is a sicko, right?
Right. He's not all there.
Halfway through, huh? So, has he dined with the dead?
Yeah. Who was it? His school teacher, I think. He dug up her body 2 days after she died, and then dressed her in his mother's Sunday best.
Yeah. Took the corpse out for Italian? I can imagine the waiter's reaction. Ah, classic.
Kojiro seems to really enjoy reminiscing about the book. The story is definitely interesting, but the way he's laughing at it makes me a little worried. Then again, the guy works in a morgue, so maybe the whole scenario is just comical to him.
Oh, that's it there.
It takes me a second to realize what he's pointing at. Sure enough, the book in question is sticking out of the top of my bag.
Pass it here. I want to show you a funny passage.
I nodded and reached for the book. I pulled the massive tome from my handbag with a fair amount of effort. The book comes free, but it snags on the bag zipper and causes some of the contents to fly out. Her burner phone.
Including the burner phone.
Yep. A few personal belongings fall to the floor with a clatter. I notice my lipstick, lip gloss, notepad, and pen hit the cafe's tiled floor. Kojiro comes around to my side of the table and helps me pick up my things. He pauses when his hands grapple with another book that has fallen underneath Strange Flower.
Rose photography? What's this?
I quickly reach for the book and try to snatch it from his grasp.
It's nothing.
Kojiro is quick, and he instinctively avoids my desperate grab. He holds the book aloft and continues reading the cover.
English? A comprehensive history of photo manipulation.
He returns to his seat and flips through the pages as I finish packing my belongings away. I bow my head slightly, waiting for his judgment.
Yo, you can read this?
Only a little.
Oh, this is tough. My English isn't good. Thought it was French at first. Oh, these images.
Kojiro suddenly snaps the book closed and looks at me.
I figured it out.
I brace myself for his inevitable accusation.
Corpse Girl fakes the photos. The photos aren't from the future. Like that was ever possible. Photo is fake. Timestamp is fake.
He's correct. But will he go back to assuming that I'm Corpse Girl?
Why do you have this book? Are you
Mm-hmm.
editing photos?
Ugh.
I mean, I have an interest in it, but that's all.
This book is old. Doubt the techniques are useful anymore. Still, it's interesting. My theory. Thoughts?
About Corpse Girl faking the photos?
Bingo.
I don't know. Sure, it's possible. But can anyone fake a photo so realistically?
Realistically? Do you know her photos are realistic?
Didn't he send her a picture, or did we just see it? Because I remember they showed us the photo of the car crash victim, but I can't remember if it was just her reminiscing on it or if he
he said that the Vic had a photo on his phone.
Yeah, okay.
And then she said she hadn't seen the photo.
Okay.
She's too proud of her work.
Yeah, that's true. That's like her weak spot, is like how much she loves that part of it. Thinking quickly, I snap back with an answer.
You sent me that copy of Eiichi Hanada's corpse photo.
Okay, no, he did send it to her.
The one Corpse Girl apparently produced.
True.
It was good, right? Pretty convincing.
Very convincing. Is photo manipulation that good?
I suppose if someone skilled enough was doing it.
If it's
Oh my
not
God,
photo
shut up.
manipulation, then one more theory.
She's good.
Oh my God! Corpse Girl is so hot and sexy. Holy shit. Man, wouldn't you want to date Corpse Girl? I think I would want to date Corpse Girl. Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
What is it?
Maybe the subject in the photo is a corpse.
I'm confused. Of course it's a corpse. What's your point?
Sorry, hear me out. It's a photo of a real corpse. Just not the victim's corpse. Corpse Girl acquires a real corpse, dresses it up, just like in Strange Flower. She makes it look like the Vic. It's convincing because it's real. No photo manipulation.
Huh, I see.
Immediately, my mind starts to kick into high gear. Kojiro has now unknowingly presented me with an unprecedented idea. What if Corpse Girl does get real corpses? What if she dresses them up, wounds them, makes them look like a carbon copy of the victim? Then she holds a photography session to capture the magic. The realism will be amazing. It will be way more convincing than manipulating a photo, even though I've become pretty good at that. It will be the next step up in realism. It's sure to convince victims to kill themselves. If Corpse Girl's victims can be relied upon to kill themselves, then I don't have to continually question the cause of death. I wouldn't need to worry about whether some mysterious third party is wandering around slaying people on Corpse Girl's behalf. All of the deaths would be caused by suicide. It would be predictable. Conquering the victims would simply be a matter of forging a convincing enough corpse replica. But the legwork involved in acquiring corpses would be... That's it. The answer is sitting... Ah! Dang it.
Hypothetically, would it be easy
Oh.
for Corpse Girl to even have access to dead bodies?
The answer is sitting right in front of me with a smudge of chocolate cake on his chin and an empty coffee cup resting in his hands.
Legal ramifications aside, could she possibly have a source of cadavers to desecrate at will?
Yeah, it's not impossible. Take someone like me. I have the morgue. I'm there alone mostly. Someone like Corpse Girl makes me an offer.
Oh my
I'd
god.
give away spare corpses, no problem.
Do you think he's saying this knowing that she's Corpse Girl and like just waiting for her to say something, or do you think he's
suspecting real hard right now.
I mean, he guessed it from the beginning, so
Yeah, and she has not disproved his claim convincingly.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Of course, I could get busted. It's not about losing my job. I'm not going to prison. The price would have to be right. But that's just me. Employees in other morgues, well, can't speak for them.
Interesting. So you would willingly work with Corpse Girl if the price was right?
Yeah, I've said it before. Big fan. I support her work. It's fascinating. If she really is using cadavers to make photos, then, well, I'm offended she didn't come to me for help.
This is amazing. I never imagined this meeting could be so lucrative. If I want to get my hands on all the corpses I'll ever need, I can just ask him here and now. I find myself breathing heavily, and I notice that my cheeks are warm and my head feels slightly airy. It all comes down to whether or not I really want to step up my game. The way things are, well, the twin woman, my latest victim, doesn't seem to have given up the ghost. Maybe I'm being impatient, or maybe my work just isn't as convincing and powerful as I want it to be. Then there are the cases of the previous victims. Akane Tsurumaki killed herself, there's no doubt about it. But Aichi Hinata? It's highly possible his car wreck truly was accidental. It may not have had a hand in that after all. Ruri Hitano, my first ever conquest. The cause of her death still eludes me. There's no way she could have killed herself in the position her body was discovered in. She's the whole reason that I started suspecting someone else's involvement in the first place after all. So, there's one definite suicide, one potential murder, and one death that was an accident. A traffic collision that happened to coincide with the date I wanted the victim to die. Statistically, there's no way to know how Corpse Girl's power actually works. It's almost like deaths are just caused at random. And when you pile in the countless failures I've encountered over the past year, well, my success ratio isn't very impressive. If I could truly compel victims to simply kill themselves, then it would take the guesswork out of the whole thing, that's for sure. With Kojiro's help, I could acquire cadavers and make them look like my victims. The work would be completely different to photo manipulation. There will be gore involved, no doubt about that. And it'll take a steady hand, some makeup artistry, and access to clothing, props. Then there's lighting to consider, and backdrops. It's one thing to take an image from the database of the deceased and have a corpse splattered on the pavement ready to go. It's an entirely different thing to have to drag a body out of a morgue and plant it in position, then take photos of it. There will be a lot to consider here. It's not a decision I can make lightly. And on top of that, I doubt I have the courage right now to ask Kojiro straight up for his help. But if I do go for it, I'm absolutely positive it will lend a massive amount of credibility to Corpse Girl's mission. The extraordinary realism will pave the road ahead of me with blood.
Yo, finished your coffee?
Oh,
I quickly take a sip and drain the cup.
that was delicious. Thank you for treating me.
Very welcome. Shall we head off?
Yes, let's.
Any plans for the night?
Yes, sorry I can't hang out longer.
No problem. I had fun.
Kojiro stands up and conjures his wallet. He leaves a few bills on the table and then steps towards me. I stand up too, and playing my best hand, I quickly lean forward and plant a soft kiss on his cheek. The maneuver is surprisingly difficult thanks to his height, and I don't think I pull it off as gracefully as I had planned.
Oh,
Thank you for the date. Will I see you again?
Oh God, who's laying
What?
it on thick now?
Oh my god.
I give him my best alluring look as I bat my eyelids gently.
yeah, of course.
He slowly rubs his cheek with tender fingers, amazed that I just kissed him.
Bye-bye now.
I spin and make a beeline for the exit. Oh my God.
He's probably thinking that this girl sends the most fucked mixed signals.
Probably, yeah. Oh my God. I hope my trembling legs don't betray me as I step out onto the pavement and outside. It's not in my nature to try and seduce somebody for my benefit. So much so that my attempt at it has left me feeling rather queasy. I don't know if I pulled it off, but now that I've left the cafe, I can't look back to see what effect I had on Kojiro, if any. I cross the road and a shiver runs down my spine. I hope I'm prepared for what I'm getting myself into.
Oh, yeah, some more.
I can't remember. Are we almost at the 2 weeks now from when Emmy?
I couldn't fucking tell you.
Because I feel like we've already had a weekend, and so if we're at the weekend again.
Yeah, that tracks.
The weekend is here, and despite my desire to stay inside my apartment with the doors locked and windows closed, I find myself at the mall shopping for a new phone charger. My current charger gave up on me at midnight, and now my phone is running dangerously low on life power. Why did you say life power? I tried plugging into different outlets, I tried plugging into my laptop, but nothing I did gave my device even the slightest amount of charge. I thought for sure I had a spare charger lying around, but I turned my apartment inside out trying to find it. Couldn't even find the right type in my drawer of burner phones. So, either the charger has died, which is the best case scenario, or my phone has become faulty. I hope the latter is not the case because I really can't afford to purchase a new one. Getting it repaired is out of the question. I refuse to hand it over to somebody for a day or two and go without it. So I'm hedging my bets on the issue being with the charger. If I can buy a new one, all my problems should be solved. This is what I tell myself as I scurry through the crowded mall, dodging left and right to avoid careless people trying to bump into me. I know there's an electronics store around here somewhere. Even a discount store will probably have a budget charger that will still fit my device. I just want to find what I'm looking for and get out of this place. As I blindly navigate the area, I think back to last night when I first noticed my phone was no longer charging. I had been browsing through the obituary newsfeed, searching desperately for any sign of my victim's latest demise. No clues came up. There were countless new obituaries, of course. This is a big country, and people die every day. But very few matched the description of my victim. The obituaries that did match had photos included, but none of them looked remotely like the twin woman. It was dead end after dead end. I might have to just accept the fact that this latest request will go unfulfilled. But accepting it makes me angry. Very, very angry. I find myself stomping through the mall more often than simply walking. A few people glance at me, but I don't pay heed. I wanted that woman to die. I wanted her twin sister to rejoice of despair at the fate that befell her own flesh and blood. I wanted her to feel the fear of seeing her own corpse in a photo. I wanted her to feel the cold and clammy hands of death tugging at her skirt, whispering to her, inviting her to spiral down and down and down and down and down. To spiral down and just die. To give up, to die. To spiral down, to die. To spiral out of control. I wanted her to die. I wanted her to die. Okay, we're gonna...
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die?
My head is foggy, my senses blurred, my face hot, my hands cold. I repeat the mantra through gritted teeth.
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die? Why didn't you die?
I fall to my knees and scream at the top of my lungs.
Please be a dream sequence.
I know, what are you fucking doing?
Why didn't you die? Why didn't you fucking die?
What the hell?
Damn, she's having a full meltdown.
Can we get a security guard down here, please?
It's not a dream sequence.
Die.
I hope it is.
Die.
But I don't think so.
Die.
Is she
I
going
think
to
the
kill
sister's
somebody?
gonna come out.
Oh, maybe.
I'm scared.
I'll kill her.
I'll find her.
I taste blood in my mouth. My tongue is numb. My teeth chatter. I'll find that twin bitch. Okay.
I'll kill her. I'll kill her.
All right. That's enough.
A strong hand pulls at my shoulder and my face hits the ground. Hard. My arms are restrained behind my back, and all I can see in my blurry vision is the checkered tiled floor of the mall.
You're coming with me.
My limp form is tugged backward, and my head lolls to the side. I shut my eyes and let the blackness envelop me. A stinging cold ice pack bites against my cheek and rudely awakens me from my stupor. I don't know where I am. I don't remember why I'm here. But the sudden chill spreading across my face is nice, almost soothing. I realize that somebody, a tall man, is holding the ice pack to my cheek and he motions for me to take hold of it myself. I reach a sluggish hand to grab the ice pack and continue to press it against my skin. The man walks around the chair I'm seated in and stands behind a simple wooden desk to face me.
You can imagine my surprise when I recognized you.
I was wondering, when they said security guard, I was like, where's this guy?
Huh?
Opening my mouth in an attempt to talk causes a dull ache in my jaw.
I apologize for treating you so roughly. The only reason I haven't called for the police is because I want to give you the opportunity to calm down and explain yourself.
This guy, I know him, but from where? Oh, of course. It took me some time because I'm not used to seeing the security uniform. This is Kenji Ogawa, the very same guy who lives in my apartment building. The nice guy who greets me in the stairwell. The father of sweet little Momo.
Mr. Ogawa?
Ah, so you are completely out of it.
Where am I?
This is the mall security office. You caused quite a scene, Noriko.
A scene?
You don't remember. Well, give it some time. I'm sure it'll come back to you.
I try to think hard about the circumstances that led me here. I remember something about visiting the mall to buy a phone charger, but I don't think I ever found the store I was looking for. Some kind of anger or fear or something. Some familiar primal emotion got the better of me.
Listen, Noriko. I've always thought you were a sweet girl. And Momo looks up to you, you know. Please, tell me that you're just not feeling well. Please tell me the things you were screaming aren't true.
The things I was screaming?
You were unmedicated. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. An image of a smiling woman flashes in my mind. A twin woman with beautiful features and lovely hair. The victim, the one who didn't die. That's right. I remember now. I lost my cool. I became so overwhelmed with the frustration that she didn't die. I must have broken down and unleashed my anger here, right in the mall. Stupid, 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 stupid. This is all because I went outside. I went somewhere I don't normally go. I'm usually fine about going to the office. It's familiar. The convenience store is fine too. In fact, my whole meticulously planned morning routine rarely bothers me. But the shopping mall? What was I thinking? I haven't been keeping up with my medication. Even if I was on top of it, going somewhere out of my comfort zone is always a risk. I need to start regulating my intake. Taking a pill or two every other day, or when I feel like it, isn't going to help me. Skipping days at a time and just popping a few in my mouth when I need to leave the house isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. I need to follow the guidelines. I need to keep a strict schedule of when I take what. Damn it, Noriko. I'm supposed to be calm at all times. Stoic, unflinching Noriko. What the fuck am I doing?
Noriko, you still look a bit flustered. Do you want to lie down for a bit before talking to me?
No.
Okay. Well, do you want to explain what happened?
No.
I never took you for a troublemaker. Please, Noriko. I'm begging you. Don't make me call the police. You were screaming about killing somebody. You were manic. You can't just act like that in public. You scared 100 people just trying to make their way through the mall. You scared me.
A knock at the door causes Kenji to flinch.
Ogawa, may I enter?
Ah, yes. Please come in, Mr. Fujikawa.
The metal door separating the security room from the real world opens with a screech. A broad, intimidating man enters the small room and displaces all the air inside. I feel like I'm going to suffocate.
This, sir?
Yes, sir. She's calm now.
Indeed.
The man, who seems to be some sort of detective, looks me up and down with a sour expression.
Miss, your name?
I don't answer him.
I see.
Sir, if I may, this is Noriko Kurosawa. She's an acquaintance.
Is that so? An acquaintance? Well, that speaks volumes about your personal life, Ogawa.
Sir.
Leave us be. I wish to talk to her.
Yes, Mr. Fujikawa.
Kenji bows, his grim smile cracking under fear as he exits the room. The detective, or whatever he is, towers over me. He pulls out a badge from inside his jacket and flashes it at me.
My name is Fujikawa. I'm a detective, an investigator, for the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. You must understand that we take death threats very seriously in the police force.
Huh? Excuse me, but Kenji said he didn't call the police.
There were 100 people in the mall. Someone.
Yeah.
Well, never mind
Someone
what you
told the
said.
police.
No, statistically.
I was here already in regards to another case.
Oh.
I happened to witness your little outburst.
Oh, maybe he was called because Emmy got fired
Oh.
for stealing the
maybe.
money.
Yeah, that's possible.
Ogawa was kind enough to allow me a moment to interview you personally.
Right. So, what do you want to talk about?
Listen, if I were in your shoes, Drop the sardonic act. I have reasonable grounds to arrest you here and now.
His voice drips with pure venom. This guy isn't joking around. I squirm a little in my seat and remove the cold ice pack from my face.
Now, Miss Kurosawa, would you please explain to me who you are threatening to kill?
A wave of dread washes over me as the reality of my current situation starts to sink in. If I don't fly straight and narrow here, I might be in for a world of trouble.
I apologize for my actions. I wasn't feeling like myself earlier. I regrettably skipped my medication recently.
The medication excuse. I'll play along. Were you hallucinating then?
No, sir. Not exactly.
I need to come up with something, and quickly, or I'm not getting out of here anytime soon.
See, I recently had an altercation with a coworker about a guy we both like.
The detective rolls his eyes at me.
Go on.
I guess I was a little upset about our fight, and really, we're actually quite good friends, so I think a combination of that and missing my medication caused me to get a little too upset and say some things I don't really mean.
Mm-hmm. And how do I know you're not dangerous? Are you carrying any weapons, Miss Kurosawa?
Weapons? No, of course not.
I see. Well, you're going to have to permit me to search your belongings. You understand that I can't allow you to leave until I have established that you're not a threat, right?
The detective lurches forward and roughly grabs my handbag.
Hey!
He tears it open and rummages around inside. I'm somewhat relieved that I'm traveling lightly today. I even left the 2 books I'm reading at home. He finds nothing of interest in the bag, save for one thing. My phone. He taps the screen, toggles the power button, and smacks the phone against his open palm.
Is this broken?
I realize that the last drop of battery power must have finally drained. I'm probably lucky for that fact. If he found certain things on my phone, I might be in trouble. It's not like I keep corpse photos on there. That's what my collection of burner phones is for. But there are certain things that would be incriminating if they fell into his hands. My noise chat log with Kojiro, for starters. And then there are those images of Aoi and Tomoe and that famous singer that had her phone hacked and her private photos uploaded to the net. Aoi knows I have her photos. She's okay with it. Tomoe doesn't know about hers. That would be hard to explain. The singer, on the other hand, was part of a big scandal a few months ago. Probably half of Japan has seen her photos. Does she just have nudes of, like, everybody on her phone? It's concerning. I assume that's what she means.
Yeah.
Because why would it be weird to just have photos of, like, a friend? Or, like, a random celebrity?
Why would a celebrity photos cause a scandal if not for nudity?
Still, I'd rather keep my personal matters completely private. I don't want this asshole looking into my affairs.
The battery is dead, sir.
Where is your charger, then?
I don't have one with me.
He grunts and throws the phone to me, and I barely manage to catch it with my brittle, skeletal, clumsy fingers.
Wait here. I need to make a call.
He leaves the room unceremoniously, and I hear the scraping shriek of a steel deadbolt locking the formidable door behind him. I breathe out and try to calm my nerves. I look down at the phone in my hand and see my mirror image counterpart peering at me in the black reflection. I don't look as good as I normally do. My makeup is smudged, which is strangely becoming more and more common for me. I think I've gained some weight. My gaunt face seems fuller somehow, and my prominent cheekbones are softer. This girl staring back at me. She's not wholly familiar. Is this Noriko Kurosawa? Is this Corpse Girl? I look like some aberration, some sickening concoction of myself and some person I don't fully recognize. I don't understand how I could have gained weight. I've been eating less. Maybe the canned coffee I consume religiously contains more calories than I realize. I'll need to cut down immediately. Sour taste rolls around on my tongue and I swallow it reluctantly. I feel ill at the sight of myself. The steel door swings open and Fujikawa stomps in like an angry toddler.
Well, the precinct claims you don't have a prior record, Miss Kurosawa. That's good news for you, I'm sure. But it's a fucking pain in the ass for me.
I flinch at his apparent anger and recoil slightly in my chair.
You're free to go. However, I'll remember you. Another incident like this, and I'll have you in for a psychological assessment faster than you can blink.
I can do nothing but nod as a wave of relief washes over me.
Get your things and get out of here. Oh, and for the love of God, go eat something. You look like a starving child.
Hi, Elise. Welcome in. I will drink some water just for you. Hydrate or dihydrate. Okay, you should drink too if you have something.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers. I found that, Liz is a tangent. I found that, like, because I have a bunch of, like, tumbler things that are meant to, like, keep water cold. And I usually drink out of them. But ever since I moved to Arizona, I find that I'm better at drinking water if I put them in these aesthetic glass cups with the bamboo lids that my fiance bought me. I don't know why. It's like I have to trick myself into drinking it. It's very strange. Anyways, hello Elisa. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for joining us. Things are whack as usual. Our girl just threatened to kill somebody in the mall, like abstractly, not like a specific person.
Publicly.
Yeah, great stuff. Fujikawa spins on his heel with force and once again leaves me sitting alone. I take a minute to collect my thoughts before picking up my belongings and shoving them into my handbag. As I leave the security office, I spot Kenji standing outside the door. He bows his head meekly.
Take care, Noriko.
Yeah.
He doesn't lift his head as I walk away.
Oh.
I don't like this music. It's very ominous. So much for stoic, unflinching Noriko. Remember stoic, unflinching Noriko? This is her. Weak of flesh and weak of will. Weak, weak, weak. Noriko can't control her emotions. Noriko can't face the world outside without the help of peppy pink pills. Noriko, Noriko, Noriko. She keeps calling herself that. I keep calling myself that. But I'm more than that. More than her. I'm Corpse Girl. I'm bigger than the frail body before me. What do my looks matter in the grand scheme of things? What does my ego matter? I want to be beautiful, thin, gorgeous. Kojiro called me gorgeous. It made me feel good. But that doesn't matter. None of it matters. Corpse Girl matters. She will succeed, and the world will continue to spin. I need to gain weight or lose weight. I need to look like Aoi with her small frame and cute features and that bust that's too hard to look away from. I need to look like Tomoe with her fuller figure, her obscene fashion sense, and those oddly beautiful eyes that she doesn't deserve. I need to look like Yuriko with her bad haircut, terrible piercings, and trashy clothes. I need to look like Mother, who is just like me and Yuriko combined, but with vacant eyes that used to be sparkling and clear, but now just like glaze over whenever you try to talk to her. I need to look like Noriko, with her dark hair and her intense gaze and her healthy, acceptable frame. I don't need to look like this skeleton, this living corpse. I don't need to look like this physical embodiment of hunger and longing and lust and fear and stress and anxiety and uncertainty and ambition and exhaustion. I curse at the mirror and spit on my own reflection.
Fuck you!
I clench my fists until my nails dig and tear and pierce my flesh, letting blood trickle between my knuckles and drip down to the carpet.
I don't want to be you! I'm better than you! I'm better than you! I'm better than you!
But I am you. I am Corpse Girl. It's what I always wanted. It's that sense of belonging that I always sought. It's that feeling of home that I reclaimed after home was lost. After Mother moved and Yoriko got put in ice, and after I found this apartment that felt so strange at first, this is who I am.
I love your hair, your eyes. I love you. Don't ever leave me. Don't leave.
I raise 2 fingers to my mouth and kiss them gently, then press them against the mirror.
I love you. Don't ever change.
Man, she's having a breakdown.
Well, it's definitely not going towards campy.
Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, she's better, guys! To my absolute delight, I woke up this morning feeling really refreshed. I was worried that my temporary incarceration at the mall would continue to stress me out today. Thankfully, my fears were unfounded. I spent the early morning cleaning up my room. I had to use some elbow grease to get a few specks of blood out of the carpet and to clean a bit of lipstick off my mirror. Did she, like, cut herself?
She pressed her nails into her hand until she
Oh,
bled.
yeah, I forgot. Yeah. I was like, wait. I even took my medication with a tall glass of water, and I didn't skip the pills I don't like this time. It would be some time before I feel stable, maybe even a few weeks, but the fact that I'm already taking steps forward has done wonders for my mood. Today's a day to stay inside and work on me. I can't have another incident like yesterday. I can't break down in public and put myself at risk. I can't break down at home again and feed on my insecurities and anxieties. I need to be strong for Corpse Girl. For me. With my room now clean, I decided to spend a little time tidying the rest of my apartment. As I work, I make myself a new mental checklist of commitments. Noriko's promise list, if you will. Commitment number 1. I'm not going to lose my shit if a victim doesn't meet their demise. Just because that twin woman didn't kill herself doesn't mean I'm a failure. I had 3 successes before her, and I'll have more successes again. I just need to try harder, work harder, refine my methods, and keep moving forward. And I'm not at a dead end yet. I have a trick up my sleeve, after all. Kojiro's connection to the morgue may very well be the ace I need to win. Commitment number 2. I'm going to improve myself. I won't say that I'll fix myself. I'm not broken. Not yet. I'm going to improve. I'll keep up with my medication. I'll keep up with my social life. That means keeping in touch with the few friends I have. Aoi, Shinya, and even Tomoe. I'm going to eat a little more. Not much more because I want to stay slim, but enough to give me more energy, more motivation. I don't want to be weak anymore. Commitment number 3, the last one. I'm going to get over Aoi. I love her. I've loved her since high school. In those days, she always stood by me. My insecurities and anxieties never pushed her away. She knew what I was going through, what I still go through, and she could relate to me. She has her own compulsions and anxiety to deal with, so I can't lean on her like I used to. Instead, it's my turn to help her out. But I will move on from obsessing over her. She isn't ready for a relationship, and she explained all of the reasons why when she rejected me so long ago. Clinging to the hope that one day we'll be together isn't good for my current state. I need to be moving on, moving forward. I need to let go. She is, and always will be, my dearest friend. I'll always love her, but I will let her remain as simply my friend, and I will find someone else to call a lover. This last commitment really makes me feel like a weight has been lifted off my chest. Instead of obsessing over Aoi, spending countless nights lying in bed looking at her photos, thinking about her at odd hours of the day, instead of all of that, I'll be able to move on. Even if it takes some time, I'll find someone who wants to be with me. There are plenty of fish in the sea, as they say. I can't say there's anyone in particular I have my eye on just yet. My social circle is pretty limited after all. Shinya is a guy I'm simply not interested in. There's no spark there, and there never will be. Tomoe, as irritating as I find her, is oddly alluring to me. I don't like her clothes or makeup or the whole aesthetic she has built for herself, but some part of me would kill to spend a passionate night with her. Then there's Kojiro. That weird, awkward, strange alien creature that I just can't wrap my head around. He said I'm gorgeous. He really said that. But he's too weird. I feel like he's the kind of guy that would stalk you and stab you if you ever broke up with him. See, I want to say she's right, but also, like, he was very chill about her not being with him. So, I don't know.
Yeah, he handled rejection gracefully.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a demi yandere, like he's fine up until he forms an emotional connection with someone, and then it's like... I don't know. For now, I can't think of anyone I would seriously pursue, but I'll give it some time. I have all the time in the world. I find myself smiling as I finish tidying up the apartment. Having a nice, clean place to live really does help to lift the spirits. Unfortunately, I still haven't managed to get rid of that lingering scent of mold that always wafts around. It's a musty odor that seems to be ingrained in the very walls of the apartment building, for at least as long as I've lived there. I know it's not coming from my apartment, because it's pretty easy to smell from downstairs, too. Dendere? Is that a thing? I know there's like a bajillion different kinds of yandere, like
Yandere?
dairies. Dendere? Or is that just like a squishing Demi and Yandere together? Oh, no, I was trying to combine Demi and Yandere. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that Dendere. Dendere just kind of sounds like dandruff to me.
Dondere is a thing.
Dondere is a thing? So I guess
Yeah,
it would
it's,
have been Demdere. Yeah, Demdere makes more sense, I think. What's the Dam? What'd you say?
Dondere. Dere.
Okay, what is that?
A character who is shy, quiet, timid, and asocial. They
Well,
are
that's
afraid to
not.
talk. They are afraid to talk, fearing what they say will get them in trouble.
Yeah, I don't think they can describe anyone in this game except for maybe Aoi, but definitely not Kojiro.
Yeah.
I might not be the best at cleaning, but if nothing else, I keep disgusting mold out of my home. Oh, Bernie from Three Houses. Oh. I've heard some stories. Still, the occasional odor aside, my place is clean and cozy now. I lay down on the couch and stretch my body, letting my top muscles stiffen and then relax. The day is still early, and it feels good that all my chores are already complete. The icing on the cake is the fact that Corpse Girl has 2 new requests sitting patiently in her inbox. I logged in earlier and saw them, but decided to sort out my cleaning first. Now I can reward myself by spending the rest of the day working on the new requests. I can hardly contain my excitement at the prospect. 2 requests to work on is better than I could hope for, and I'm sure at least one of these new victims will fall. My positive attitude will go a long way to ensuring my success this time. Unable to restrain myself anymore, I snatch up my laptop from its charging point next to the couch. I flip open the lid and gaze at the photos that I downloaded earlier. My 2 new victims. Fresh blood. Oh. It's the Vengabus man. Six Flags guy. And that's as far as I'm going to go because I don't want to get a copyright strike. So I guess this means that this isn't the 2 weeks from the thing, I guess. Unless this next one is. But I feel like if she'd already downloaded them, then she might have said... I don't know. We'll see, I guess. I'll hold my tongue. The first is an older male, maybe in his 50s. Typical businessman type. He might as well be a clone of every other nondescript man you see on the subway, at the supermarket, on TV. If I had to guess, I'd take a leap and say his miserable wife wants him out of the picture. Maybe she's unhappy with her finances, or she's having an affair, or she's just tired of his clone face and his clone personality. Regardless, someone wants this unremarkable man removed from the face of this unremarkable world. The second victim is much, much more interesting. 2 things strike me as noteworthy about this photo. Firstly, the cleavage, of course. Okay. Yuriko's just, like, hoarding all the time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, the image is a photograph of a photograph. Somebody has snapped a picture of an actual physical photo and uploaded it to the site. The photograph is in good condition, as though its owner values it all above all else. A signature is scribbled across it in white ink. It's an autograph photo of someone who is perhaps moderately famous. I don't recognize the woman in question, and the signature is such a mess that I can't make out even a single kanji in her name. Regardless, I would be willing to bet that a disgruntled fan is requesting her death. If she's an idol, or a singer, or an actor, it wouldn't be unheard of for something like this to happen. A fanboy gets to meet her a few times, they shake hands at events, whatever. He asks her out, and she politely declines. And then the obsession begins. If the fanboy can't have her, no one can. Kill her. Kill her. Well, that's the theory I slowly pieced together as I examined some of the finer details of the photo. The reasons behind the request don't matter. They never matter. I'll kill them all the same. I'm going to work on the woman's photo first. I'll timestamp her photo with tomorrow's date and send it to her this afternoon. If it is a fan, how do they have her phone number is what I want to know.
Maybe it's 3 weeks.
Maybe I feel like it must be because I don't understand how this is like... I was thinking it said
Still
2
going
weeks
on.
earlier, but yeah, I feel like maybe it was just a typo or something.
Mental typo.
Maybe something. I don't know. Weird stuff.
Or maybe it happened on a weekday and we're still in the weekend.
Yeah, that's possible. I can't remember for sure. So yeah, maybe we've got just like a few extra days before. Interesting. That should give her about 24 hours to give up on life and light herself on fire. Maybe I'll do the same with the businessman. I'll give him a timestamp set 24 hours from when I send the photo. It'll be kind of fun to schedule 2 deaths to occur around the same time. It will make tomorrow a very exciting day. With my goal set, I load up the database of the deceased and get to work. I'm rather proud of myself today. During my morning routine, I made sure to take my medication in the correct doses, and I even washed it down with water. It didn't even interfere with my strict schedule. I still managed to catch the usual train, I got to the convenience store at the usual time, and arrived at the office without a hitch. If I can keep up this dedication, this commitment to improving myself, I know I can be stronger than ever. Strong enough to fulfill Corpse Girl's ambitions. I greeted both Shinya and Tomoe when I came to the office, and even made small talk for a few minutes. Since the day has nearly ended now, I'm going to make an effort to chat with him again before heading home. Being social will help me get through this. That's what Aoi used to tell me anyway, at least before she stopped being social herself. It's about 5:45 p.m., and although both of my latest victims should have killed themselves by now, I don't feel the need to obsessively check for their obituaries. I have a news alert set on my phone, of course. If it uncovers anything, I'll be notified. But even if it doesn't, I won't stress out. So did she find her charger?
I guess she must have gone from the security office directly to the store
I guess.
that she needed to go to.
I'm surprised they let her stay in the mall.
Maybe she moved very quickly.
Yeah, maybe. I'm playing it cool. Cool, stoic, unflinching Noriko. The drone in the office always reaches its nadir at this time in the evening. It's actually quite pleasant being able to sit in a quiet environment and feel the soft breeze of the air conditioner against my skin. I like to take this time to slowly pack away my things and get ready for the journey home. As I take off my headphones and stretch my arms, Tomoe approaches me with a spring in her step.
Yeah, what up, slut?
About a week ago, I would have taken Tomoe's greeting as an insult. Now that I know her a little better, I can tell she's actually just being affectionate. Despite any differences we might have once had, she really seems to have warmed up to me lately.
Hello. How did your day go?
You know, same old. What about you?
It went well, thanks.
Good to hear. You know, Shinya and I are supposed to go out tonight, but
Oh, what's wrong?
hasn't he seemed, like, kind of off today? He can barely look me in the eye.
Really? I spoke to him this morning. He seemed okay.
You don't reckon he's seen another woman, do ya?
Another woman?
Some fragment of a memory, some glimpse of a murky recollection, flutters around the corners of my mind, just out of reach. Shinya and another woman. Something is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite formulate my thoughts.
Shinya isn't the type to cheat, though, so I don't know.
Cheating. No, Shinya wouldn't do that. He was so nervous when he spoke to me about being pressured into sex. Oh, that's it! The memory that was floating around the edges of my consciousness has come into the light. Shinya spoke to me, hypothetically, about being pressured into sex. He said Tomoe wasn't the one pressuring him. So, who is he talking about? Is this something I should talk to Tomoe about? If Shinya really is having a hard time, and acting differently around Tomoe, then their relationship could really be in trouble. But is it even my place to say anything? Shinya spoke to me in confidence. He's my friend. But Tomoe is my friend too, and she seems genuinely worried about him. I take a deep breath. This is just office drama, like usual. Noriko would normally just reject it all and ignore these people. She wouldn't give it a second thought. But that's unhealthy, anxious, scared, weak Noriko. I don't want to be that girl anymore. I could be more than that. I'm improving day by day, and part of that improvement involves being more social. It's good for me, right? Shinya and Tomoe are my friends. People want their friends to be happy. That's normal. That's normal. That's normal, right? I think so. Therefore, I want them to be happy. Together. I swallow hard and speak my mind.
Tomoe, I think that Shinya may be involved
No.
with another
Don't.
woman.
What?
Oh,
Are you
honey.
serious?
Listen though, it's not exactly how it sounds. He came to me a little while ago and asked what to do if someone pressured him into sex. I know that you're not the one he was referring to, so I think he may be in trouble. I think someone else might be forcing him to do something he
Okay.
doesn't want
Okay,
to
this
do.
is.
She pulled it. She pulled it around.
I was like, don't just launch into it like that, Noriko. Ah.
What the fuck? He spoke to you about it, but not me?
Tomoe, he seemed really depressed about it. I think he wanted to resolve the situation without having to worry you.
Yeah, I get what you mean, but who the hell is trying to seduce him?
I'm afraid I have no clue about that. Sorry.
Eat up.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks for telling me this anyway. Now at least I know something's up with him. I'm gonna speak to him. I'll make him cough up what's what.
Are you sure that's the best thing to do?
Yeah, because I'll let him know that I'll take care of everything. If some bitch is putting the moves on my Shinya, I'll smack him into the ground.
Of course. I don't know why I ever doubted you.
Tomoe grins despite her obvious frustration and gives me a thumbs up.
Thanks, gang. I'll keep you updated.
Okay. Good luck.
She spins on her heel and leaves me behind. I think I did the right thing. Surely Tomoe will get to the bottom of the situation. I watch as she wanders over to Shinya's desk. They exchange a few words that I can't hear from my position. Tomoe then leaves, and Shinya sluggishly lowers his head to rest against his desk. Now that Tomoe has left the office, only a handful of stragglers remain on this floor, myself and Shinya included. I find myself watching Shinya for more than a few minutes. He doesn't seem to notice that my gaze is locked on him. A few more of my coworkers take their leave, and an eerie quiet descends over the empty office floor. I remain in my chair, staring intently at Shinya's distraught face. We're the only ones still here. He doesn't show any signs of moving. It's kind of unnerving to see him like this. It's not like he's the peppiest or most energetic person I've ever met, but to see him so drained and motionless makes me feel uncomfortable. I owe it to my newest convictions to go and talk to Shinya. More than that, I owe it to him. I find myself striding towards his desk before my mind even registers that I'm moving.
Hey.
I'm slightly startled when he immediately looks up at me. The sudden movement is reminiscent of a corpse springing to life in a B-grade zombie film.
Oh, Noriko.
Not feeling well?
Not really. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be here if I'm unwell. I didn't mean to worry you.
Don't sweat it.
I'll, take my leave then.
If he leaves now, I won't feel like I've done anything to help him. As awkward as it feels to pry into his personal affairs, I need to dig deeper if I'm going to try and help him feel better. But what should I even say? Oh no!
He's obviously not having trouble with Tomoe.
Yeah, that seems like a weird, obvious...
Yeah. Hey, remind me, do you remember what option we picked for Aoi?
I think we picked the one that we didn't go after her, but then she called us anyway.
Give her some space?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I peeked at a guide.
Oh?
True, and these choices matter.
All of them?
All three of them, yeah.
Interesting. I think, isn't there like 4 or 5 endings?
There's... The way to view endings is weird. We'll get there when we get there, but the quote-unquote true ending is locked. Unless you want to, like off-stream, you want to go back to Tomoe and redo her choice. And then skip text until we get to Shinya.
Yeah.
Again.
Hmm.
I don't know. We can talk about that later. But yeah, no. We picked the right choice for Aoi, and we're picking the right choice for Shinya.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that seems like a weirdly... Like, the other two, I'm like... I can see the value of picking one of the other ones. This one seems like really dumb to pick that version.
It's kind of obscenely dumb, actually.
Yeah. Unless, like they're just anticipating somebody, like, hating Tomoe and thinking that it actually is her fault and, like, not paying attention to what the narrative's trying to tell them.
It
I don't
could be
know.
that picking all the wrong answers, the obviously wrong answers, actually leads to the worst ending. I don't
No,
know.
that actually is, that would make sense. Okay.
Tell me what's wrong.
I don't expect my blunt words to get through to him. I don't expect anything, really. I'm not used to confronting people about the shit they're facing in their personal lives. I'm usually content to simply sit on the sidelines and watch.
No need to worry. I'll be okay.
He tries to smile, but his composure cracks under the weight of his blatant lie. I quickly try to piece together what I know about his current situation. Based on the slivers of information I've been drip-fed, I am certain that someone has been sexually assaulting him. At the very least, someone has been trying to force him into doing something he doesn't want to do. I don't know who that person could be. It could be someone from the office. It could be someone from his private life. I'm confident that it's not Tomoe. Shinya isn't the kind of person to ever stand up for himself, and he's probably not the type of person to speak up when he's feeling down. But his recent composure reveals volumes about how he's truly feeling. Whatever the situation is, it's painfully obvious that Shinya is a victim. Whatever is happening in his life is not his fault, and he's too proud or stoic or embarrassed to seek help, even from his own girlfriend. If I don't put one foot forward and cut to the chase, chances are Shinya will never build up the courage to ask for help before it's too late.
Someone is sexually assaulting you, right?
Not too blunt.
Yeah, just throw it out there, I guess, you know?
Doesn't matter, I guess, but
Yeah. He doesn't
yikes.
say anything. He doesn't even flinch, which I have to give him credit for. This is a guy that couldn't keep from blushing the last time the word sex was mentioned around him.
Yes.
His calm response and even calmer demeanor divulges his inner turmoil.
I see.
I don't know what to say next. I see probably wasn't the best starting point, but I am truly at a loss for words. He confessed so readily, and I expected more resistance.
Can you tell me who it is?
I can't tell anyone. Not you. Not Tomoe. I can't even tell my father, and he's a detective. A powerful authority figure. There's
Hey Shinya, what's your last name?
nothing I can do.
You know, for real, I forgot about... Shit. No, I don't think. Yeah, I think that guy might have been his dad, though, maybe. Because Fujikawa did kind of sound familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Trapped. It's a feeling I'm all too familiar with. It's a feeling shared by countless victims. Not that Shinya and I have ever gone through the same trauma. Part of me can't help but wonder if that feeling of helplessness is what flashes through the minds of my own victims. Actually, I don't have to wonder. I know it to be true. The realization makes me feel simultaneously queasy and satisfied.
What will happen if you tell someone?
I don't know. If the truth comes out, I could lose my job. I could lose Tomoe.
His job? Then it's somebody we work with. Somebody in this very office has been taking advantage of Shinya.
Somebody here then.
I speak my thoughts aloud and he looks directly at me.
How?
You're worried you'll lose your job if you come forward. It's obvious. Sorry. I'm not trying to sound rude. If this person found out you came forward, you'd lose your job. Then it's someone in power. The manager. An exec. And that's why you can't tell me.
That's right.
I nod. I can see the predicament.
So, you don't have to say another word to me.
Huh?
It wouldn't be your fault if I stumbled upon someone assaulting you. It wouldn't be your fault if I was around to witness it.
Noriko.
A gleam of resolution sparkles from deep within Shinya's cloudy eyes. It's almost as if he's come up with a brilliant scheme. A scheme that I, not so subtly, planted within his mind. Shinya takes a deep breath before collecting his bag.
I'm taking the elevator up to the executive offices. Please don't follow me.
With that, he gently pushes past me and makes a beeline for the elevator. As the doors close behind him and the familiar thrum of the elevator pans out behind me, I stand still and close my eyes. I count to 100 in my head, giving Shinya a generous head start. The sun dips behind the office towers in the distance while my eyes are closed. When I finally finish counting, I open my eyes to a dark and empty office. With a deep breath, I walk in the traces of Shinya's footsteps toward the elevator. I've never been to this level of the building before. What reason would I have to visit the executive offices? When execs have business with junior staff, they descend from this lofty perch and grace us with their presence on the 14th floor.
I'm surprised you came to see me again.
A woman's voice from nearby catches my attention. It's a hushed yet aggressive tone, like the whisper of a venomous serpent.
Are you finally going to let me have my way?
I creep out of the elevator, hoping against hope that the ding of the elevator's arrival wasn't noticed by the owner of the unidentified voice.
Stop it.
That was Shinya's voice. I creep around a corner and catch a glimpse of two bodies at a nearby desk.
Come on now. I'm tired of playing games with you. You want to please me, don't you? I'm your superior after all. How can you expect to get ahead in this company without sucking up to your superiors?
Kotomi Ida, the executive with Shinya's career in her hands. The very same woman who blamed Shinya for the mishap with hiring Aoi. So that whole situation was more in-depth than I originally thought. It was never about Aoi. It was about holding power over Shinya.
Miss Ida, please, I just came here to...
Shh, I don't want to hear it. Take your shirt off.
I
swallow hard. I knew that Shinya was in trouble, but I didn't expect things to escalate this quickly. I don't have time to think rationally. I stride forward rather loudly and purposely bump into a desk, sending a potted plant tumbling to the carpeted floor with a dull thwomp. Kotomi's neck pivots at full speed and she turns to face me. Her eyes narrow into hateful slits as she withdraws from Shinya. Within seconds, Kotomi has abandoned Shinya and drawn close to me.
Kurosawa, what in hell's name do you think you're doing here? This level is for executives only. I should have you thrown out of here by security.
Fujikawa isn't an executive either, Miss Ida.
Ah.
Yep.
And he looks quite at home here.
Shinya stands in the background, shyly tidying his shirt. Kotomi's eyes somehow narrow even further, to the point where I'm certain she can't possibly see anything.
Fujikawa's business here is none of your concern, Kurosawa. Leave. Now, or I'll have you forcefully removed.
I fold my arms over my chest and dig my heels into the ground. I'm not one for confrontation. I'm not one to hold my ground against a powerful adversary. And yet, this vivid image of Tomoe has bloomed in my mind. Tomoe, so strong-willed and head over heels in love with Shinya. Tomoe, who would do anything to protect the guy she adores. In Tomoe's absence, it falls to me to protect Shinya.
Fuck off, you filthy skank.
Can't believe the foul words that tumble out of my mouth. Apparently, Kotomi can't believe it either, because her eyes finally widen and her jaw drops. She looks like a stupid fucking idiot. Somehow, Tomoe's indomitable spirit seems to have inhabited my body. My words echo her own. That, or I've just managed to find a temporary burst of courage.
What did you say to me?
You heard me loud and clear. Back off from Shinya. If I catch word that you're harassing him, I'll have you in a legal headlock quicker than you can blink.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
Trust me, I know enough to bury a dirty slut like you.
Kotomi grits her teeth and a vein protrudes from her forehead. Without another word, she simply pushes past me. Her shoulder slams into mine, but by some minor miracle I manage to hold my ground. I hear her footsteps fade away as she leaves the floor. I exhale sharply, and a wave of dizziness suddenly washes over me.
Noriko, that was amazing.
I nod and sway a little, then take another deep breath and rebalance myself.
Someone's getting fucking
Happy to
fired.
be of assistance.
Yeah. I can tell Shinya doesn't know what to do next. He looks like he wants to hug me, but given the gravity of the recent situation, we both silently decide that's not the best idea. Instead, he settles for patting my shoulder with his hand.
Thank you, Noriko. Thank you so much. I don't know where you get your courage. Perhaps I could stand to learn a thing or two from you.
Don't sweat it.
I'm going to go home for now. I hope that's okay.
Of course. Go get some rest.
Why is the cinder still rising?
I know, it makes me very uncomfortable. Shinya smiles for the first time in a while, and he releases his hand from my shoulder. After he's gone, I collapse into a nearby chair and listen to the frenzied sound of blood pounding through my veins. Forge a bond with Shinya. Steam and suds fill my vision as a pleasant torrent of hot water sprays across my body. The tiles on the shower wall are polished to a pearly sheen, so much so that I can see my own hulking and beautifully ugly reflection in them. The shadow in the reflection has dark, matted hair in her eyes. I don't know if she can see me like I can see her. I wipe my hair from my eyes and stare into space, trying to shake the abstract thoughts from my mind. It isn't until my phone springs to life from the bathroom countertop that my thoughts return to the present. I startle at the noise. I peer through the shower's glass door, but it's impossible to make out the name flashing on the phone screen thanks to the steam that has fogged up the glass. Aoi's the only person who regularly calls me, so it could be her ringing. Or it could be a spam caller trying to sell me something I really don't need, but I may just cave in and buy it anyway because it's a nice feeling that someone thought to call me. I open the shower door and tiptoe out, my wet and dripping body causing pools of water to form on the bathroom floor. A deft hand snatches at my phone and I clutch to my chest as I retreat back into the shower. The water never stopped running, and it greets me with a welcome warmth as I bask in it once more. My phone is a fairly new model, so it's conveniently waterproof. I take advantage of this feature on occasion. It's nice to be able to submerge myself in water and browse the web to truly escape my own thoughts. Heavy droplets smack against the phone and dribble down, but my eyes ignore them as I scan the screen. The incoming call is a voice chat request from noise user Koji. Kojiro's calling me? I answer the call.
Noriko?
Hey.
Hi. Good time?
Sure.
Bad. Wanted to tell you something. I saw a post on... This call has static.
Sorry, it's just the shower running.
Oh, in the shower?
Yeah?
Huh. Okay. Well,
He's distracted now.
sorry.
Really, it's fine. What did you want to tell me?
Okay. Saw a new post on Noise Chan today. Posted this afternoon. Might interest you.
The message board Noise Channel is often affectionately referred to as Noise Chan by certain frequent users. I'm not really surprised that Kojiro is the type to call it that.
What was the post about?
Well, someone wrote this. I quote, "Hey, so today I got a strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts." Continuing, "Not sure what the deal is. It was gross though. Wondering if any hackers can trace the number or something?"
I remember Emmy searched the phone number and she found this post.
So this is before
Yeah.
Emmy.
It seems like we're getting closer though, for sure.
End quote. Thoughts?
A strange gore photo from a number I don't have in my contacts.
Sounds like Corpse Girl is struck again.
Right? Thought the same thing.
I wonder who wrote the post. Kojiro mentioned the post was written today, and the original poster wrote that they received a photo today. That means it can only be one of two people, either of my latest victims. The carbon copy businessman, or the attractive, semi-famous singer, idol, actor, whatever woman.
So, who wrote this post anyway?
Don't know. Anonymous.
Of course, it was a stupid question. No one would attach their name to such a strange
Was
post.
hoping you could tell me.
How would I know?
Well, you're Corpse Girl, right?
He didn't believe any of that shit for a minute. This again? Kojiro just doesn't let it slide. Why does he suspect me now? What did I do this time?
Okay. We can discuss later. Oh yeah, the original post has a reply.
It does?
I'll read it too. Quote, "You got this too? Was the gore photo a picture of yourself? I'm worried. Received a similar pic from the same number. Continuing, thinking about contacting the police. Not sure if I'm overreacting." End quote.
So the first post received a reply, Interesting. Very interesting. Both posters talked about receiving a photo. That could only mean that one of them is the boring businessman and one of them is a semi-famous woman. However, the fact that they've taken the discussion online instead of just slitting their own throats is rather troubling. Were the photos not convincing enough to make them kill themselves? Or not enticing enough to summon another entity to snuff out their souls? Was this attempt just a repeat of the failure I had with the twin woman?
Anyway, enjoy your shower. Let's talk tomorrow, corpse girl.
Before I can interject, Kojiro ends the call. Shit. He's once again assuming my true identity. He's assuming correctly, but that's besides the point. Well, maybe it doesn't matter too much. Maybe this will actually save me some time and effort. If he already knows I'm Corpse Girl, it would be easy to strike a deal with him in exchange for access to a fresh supply of cadavers. That is, if I decide to walk that path and take this game to the next level. Thinking it through, I may very well have to go ahead and do that. My last 3 victims have not ended their lives as I planned. My success rate is very, very low. That's a depressing fact, and one that the old Noriko would probably have thrown a tantrum over. But not me, not new and improved Noriko. Turn off the running water and step out of the shower. A shiver scuttles down my spine like a spider as the cold, damp air clings to my naked form. Throwing my phone onto the bathroom counter, I reach for a towel and wrap it around my corpulent, emaciated body. The thick flab on my skeletal arm jiggles as I dry myself off. When I'm satisfied that my fleshy and cadaverous body is completely dry, I grab a second towel and wrap it around my hair. A cursory glance in the mirror as I leave the bathroom reveals my gaunt face and prominent cheekbones. I get the feeling that even though I've been gaining weight, I'm thinning out more and more. Although my body isn't perfect, I'm still in love with my eyes. I wouldn't change a thing about them. While my frame simultaneously grows plumper and slimmer, I hope my eyes will always stay the same. I flick off the bathroom light as I exit. Entering my bedroom, I sit down on the bed with a towel around my body and another one around my hair. My laptop is lying open on the sheets, so I pull it toward me. A few clever keywords in a search engine quickly leads me to a post on Noise Channel. The post on Noise Channel that Kojiro just informed me about. Okay, who the fuck talks like that? Yeah, I don't know. Elise, she's kind of... She's got a lot of things up with her. Like, I can't tell exactly what all it is, but she's got a lot of different things.
Some of it is probably her mother beating a sense of eternal body shame.
Yeah, she's definitely got, like, every kind of, like, body image eating disorder problem under the sun. There's a lot more going on than just that, I think, but,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
There's definitely, like... She's taking medication for something. She has not disclosed what.
Yeah.
But she is on meds.
Yeah, and they don't help with her internal monologue, that's for sure, but, she's an interesting person. Sure enough, he was telling the truth. The original poster submitted this just today, and the follow-up reply was submitted shortly after. I skimmed through the text to see if there are any clues about either poster's identity. However, nothing really stands out. I'll retain my assumptions that my 2 latest victims created these posts.
I'm gonna guess that the original poster was the guy, and then the second poster was actually the twin, I think.
Yeah, I think it's presumptuous to assume that both of them are the ones from today, because the only one that mentioned today was the first one, and I do think it would be the guy, but I think the reply is probably an older person. Look, I've been known to use more... What?
I would like it if perhaps this minor celebrity were to minorly celebrity her way into a famous death.
That would be interesting and would really amp the stakes up.
I think it would give Noriko a good ego boost.
Yeah, for sure. She would lose her shit, literally. Look, I've been known to use more words than might be necessary on occasion with a mixed lexicon and accent or two, but emaciated, gaunt. Yeah, those are things that, like, you write. You don't really, like, think about that about yourself. You might, like, write when you're describing, you know, somebody else, possibly, but that's not an internal monologue.
You
But
do use those
she's-
words to make you hate yourself.
I guess, yeah, that's fair. She's also not like other girls, TM, so that might,
I think we can take away the TM. She's just straight up not like anyone else.
That is true. She's both not like other girls, TM, and just straight up not like other girls. Because she does have that attitude of like, ew, you like pink and dating boys, and I don't like you, even though that's like a little bit eased off. So she's both, really.
Yeah, she's a bundle of fun.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And it might be the most interesting like POV character I've ever seen in a game or visual novel or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I spend a little time applying various moisturizing creams to my skin before getting dressed in my bedwear. I'm feeling pretty relaxed by the time I finish. Perhaps I'll spend the rest of the evening reading a book in bed. Or I could try and plan out my next move with Kojiro. Should I come forward, claim my identity, and request access to his morgue? It's a big step. The scenario seems to be the time for me to make a bold move. I can't keep working on requests that are doomed to fail. I need to start succeeding. For me. For Corpse Girl. I put my laptop to me once more and begin to brainstorm my plans.
Hourglass.
Now we're getting an awfully long loading.
Alright, do you think you can handle one more scene, or should we cut it here?
I think we can handle one more scene. Is that gonna take us to chapter 2?
No, I have no
Okay.
idea.
Okay.
I know about specific ending stuff. I don't know anything about.
Okay. The way you phrased it
long
made
each
me think
chapter
that you were like, you knew that we were about to like get to something, and so I was like,
No, I'm just looking at the time.
gotcha. Yeah, I think I can do one more scene.
Okay.
Especially since we started a few minutes late, it'll kind of balance out.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if this is her telling him that she wants him in on it, I'm very curious to see where this goes.
Yeah.
He should be here by now. I was pretty clear about meeting at 5:30 p.m. It's already 5:45 p.m. and he isn't even in sight. I thought for sure that he wouldn't miss a chance to meet up with me again. I can't contain my nerves. I try to tell myself that I'm only angry because of trepidation, and I'm not actually angry at him. Excuse me. This is a big moment for me. I've never once revealed my identity to anyone. I assume he will take it in stride. I wouldn't be going through with this if I didn't firmly believe that. My neck jerks in reaction to the voice.
There you are.
I'm late?
I make a point of checking the time on my phone and nod.
Sauce. Traffic?
I forgot he uses language like that.
You drove here?
No.
Okay.
What? Oh my god.
I can't tell you why that's so fucking funny.
You know, that is pretty good of like... That sounds like there's just ideal excuse. Oh, sorry, I was late. Traffic? You drove? No. I'm just leaving it at that. No explanation.
So good.
That's good.
What do you want to
It's
discuss?
so good.
I have a request for you. And a confession.
Kojiro's eyes widen, and he looks me up and down.
Knew it.
I blink and look down at the ground. He's known for some time. I was fooling myself thinking that my stupid attempts to erase suspicion of my identity were working on him.
You're going to confess your love. Been waiting for this moment.
Wait.
I love Kojiro so much.
That's not...
Kojiro's pretty good. I do like him.
Shh. No more words. I accept your heart.
Fucking with her.
Kojiro, I don't...
Call me Koji now. We're one. No need to be
He's
shy.
absolutely fucking with her. He has to be.
No, if he's not, I would be shocked. This isn't getting me anywhere. Thanks to my frustration and nervousness, I simply blurt out my true confession.
I'm Corpse Girl.
Kojiro doesn't react. Well, he cocks his head a few degrees to the side, slowly and surely. If you can even call that a reaction to my sudden outburst.
Yes? Okay. So, to commemorate our love?
Did you even hear what I just said?
Of course.
I'm Corpse Girl. I'm the one behind the corpse photos and the deaths and...
Feels kind of strange to say these things out loud. For some reason, it leaves a sour and bitter taste in my mouth that I can't swallow.
Yes, I know. Knew it since our first noise chat.
Our first noise chat?
Remember? You messaged me late at night. Asked me if I knew about Corpse Girl.
Is that what tipped you off? You assumed I was her just because I mentioned her?
No.
Then... how? How did you figure it out?
You asked me to look up names. Names of Corpse Girl's victims.
Oh, yeah. I did, huh? That was stupid of me. I suppose that gave it away.
No. Other people could have known those names.
What the heck?
Then... come on. Throw me a bone here. How'd you find out?
You said you requested Eiichi Hanada's death.
Kojiro.
Aichi Hanada, the guy who died in a traffic accident. I remember that I lied to Kojiro about being the one to request his death. It was the... Oh my god, is it because he requested it?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god! I remember that I lied to Kojiro about being the one to request his death. It was the only way I could escape his suspicions at the time. If I remember correctly, it threw him off my trail for a while. He believed I was the one who requested the death, so that explained how I knew he was one of Corpse Girl's victims. But what if Kojiro is telling me... But if what Kojiro is telling me now is true, then my lie actually had the opposite effect. How did it make him figure out my identity?
I don't understand. I confessed to requesting Eiichi Hanada's death. So what?
That was a lie.
Even so, I still don't understand. You're not making any sense.
Kojiro's shoulders drop. He stares at me intently. He's probably like, you dumb bitch, you're not as smart as you think you are if you can't figure this shit out.
You lied about requesting Eiichi Hanada's death. That lie proved to me that you were Corpse Girl.
Yes, but how? Tell me!
I
Good
was the
CG.
one who requested Eiichi Hanada's death.
Yes, oh my god. Kojiro's deadpan countenance makes his claim believable beyond all doubt. I feel the blood
And
drain
also,
from my
he
face.
summons- and also, he summons a chorus of angels.
I
to-
know. As soon as the CG, the CG popped up, the music kicked in, and I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful.
The satanic music is in character. He
Yes.
just has it going.
Yeah,
He brought a speaker.
Yes, I was gonna
He
say,
brought
he had a speaker and he's just had his phone behind his back the whole time. Like, the one that's out of frame is actually not, like, in his pocket or anything like that. It's holding his phone and he just hit play on his Spotify playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I feel the blood drain from my
I
face.
submitted his photo to Corpse Girl's website. Imagine my surprise when you claimed that you did it. That lie made it clear. You knew his name. You knew he died. You knew he was Corpse Girl's victim. Ergo, you are Corpse Girl.
Despite my dazed state, I can't fault his logic. I took credit for something Kojiro did. Of course that would paint me as a liar in his eyes.
So, you've known this whole time.
Yes.
And yet, you still met up with me. And not just today, but at the cafe too.
Yes.
Aren't you scared of me?
No, that's not the way I'd put it. You should be scared of me. After all, I requested the death. Had motive for murder. Even if I didn't carry it out personally. Imagine what else I'm capable of.
Did you request? I wonder if he requested Noriko's too.
Oh, maybe just to see what would happen as like a test, kind of.
As like a test,
Yeah, I could see that. I subconsciously take a step back from Kojiro's suddenly looming form.
From our discussions, I know you don't kill your victims. You just nudge them, urge them, tempt them with death as an escape from their fear. You're no murderer. What reason have I to fear you?
He's right. He's absolutely right. He knows everything about Corpse Girl's methods. My methods. Kojiro is a dangerous enemy. Or a powerful ally. And it's up to me to decide whether he's with me or against me. I recall our conversation at the cafe. He claimed he would support Corpse Girl if she came to him for assistance. He's a fan. He would support her obediently, no questions asked, as long as the price was right. So all I have to do is make him an offer that he can't refuse.
Join me. Help me. Help Corpse Girl rid this fucking world of the fetid filth that infests it.
I decided to quote a certain passage from a book that Kojiro himself gave me, a paragraph from Strange Flower that has stuck with me for some time.
There's a certain beauty in death, a macabre certainty, an absolute state of finality.
Nobel Sinclair.
You understand what I'm talking about? You work with cadavers for a living. The dead can't hurt you. They can't betray you. They can't disobey, or object, or disapprove. Wouldn't it be better if we were all beautiful like that?
Perhaps. Didn't expect Corpse Girl to be so vain. Is your motivation simply to impart your own ideas of beauty to the world?
No.
There's more to it.
Of course. Me, myself, Noriko, may be vain. But Corpse Girl isn't burdened by such petty notions. Her ambition is pure. Her ambition is crucial to the survival of the entire human race.
Thought I had a big ego. You're so self-important. Both you and Corpse Girl.
I don't expect you to understand. Not yet. But I've realized that I can't do everything alone. I need your help. I need cadavers.
I see. What's in it for me?
Ever.
This is the critical point of our negotiation. It could all fall apart here if I don't offer something that Kojiro considers worth the risk. The question is, what does he want? What does he desire?
I propose an equal partnership. You'll reap half of the benefits from Corpse
You
Girl's
don't
work.
take donations.
I was gonna say, that's not a money thing. This offer is a gamble, and I know that in the back of my mind. However, it was the only feasible solution I could come up with when I planned out this encounter late last night. This tactic relies completely on my assumed understanding of Kojiro's innermost desires. If I'm wrong about him, then this whole thing will blow up in my face.
Corpse Girl will create more death than you could ever imagine. Think of all the fresh corpses you could get your eager little hands on.
Kojiro shakes his head, his lips pursed in a thin line of disapproval.
Sorry. Already got my fill of corpses. Morgue's full enough as it is.
I narrow my eyes and stand my ground. I can't back down now. I'm so close to unraveling him and his secrets.
You've always wanted to mimic Nobel Sinclair. I can see it in your face, in your very soul, whenever you praise his work. You want to emulate his actions and experience his escapades firsthand. You want to dress up corpses, take them out to dinner, perform all manner of bizarre social experiments with the dead. It's your passion. But living vicariously through Nobel Sinclair's books isn't enough for you anymore. And that's where your fascination with me, with Corpse Girl, stems from. As soon as you figured me out, you knew I was your gateway to satisfying your lust for the macabre. You work with cadavers all day, every day. But you can't get them out of the morgue with eyes on you at all times. But I can. I have the perfect plan on how to withdraw all the corpses we could ever need. Half of them for you, and half of them for me. An equal partnership.
I end my speech and let Kojiro bask in my words. I hope I was convincing enough to sway him, and I pray that I'm correct about his sickest desires. His reaction isn't exactly what I was expecting. He laughs, a big hearty guffaw that scares a few nearby birds and sends them flying to safety. Clapping his hands together slowly, he inches closer to me until I can feel his breath across my face.
Figured me out? I'll play along. Say there's a way to get corpses out of the morgue without getting busted. Don't you think I'd have found it by now?
Perhaps you're not as clever as you think you are.
Honey.
Perhaps. But you have the answer?
I do. I guarantee it will work.
A bead of sweat forms on the back of my neck. I'm not exactly bluffing because I have planned out this whole scenario in detail, But until I actually try to pull off such a maneuver, I can only speculate that it will work. I need to exaggerate my confidence long enough for us to rally together.
Something about you makes you seem trustworthy. So be it.
What about her?
Yeah. You got different vibe readings than I do, bruh.
Consider us partners. For now.
You don't even want to hear her plan?
You accept?
Sure. Don't make me regret it. But listen, what I do with my share of corpses is my business. No nosing about. Got it?
You still want to keep secrets, even if we'll be working together? Shouldn't we be open and honest and build a trusting partnership?
Here's the deal. You don't pry, and I'll assist you with Corpse Girl's work. I'll help you craft your elaborate photos. No charge. I get privacy, you get an assistant. Mutually beneficial. Wouldn't you agree?
I think about his offer. It's true that I don't really need to know what he's going to do with the corpses on offer. The whole thing is illegal already, so if he wants to take it further, that's not on me. And if I can get some assistance, it will surely help me churn out photos at a faster rate. I'll need muscle to move bodies for starters. That alone is worth keeping my nose clean.
Okay, we have a deal.
Glad to hear it.
Kojiro extends a hand. Excuse me. I may grip it as firmly as my frail bones will allow. We shake once, and Kojiro offers me a surprisingly warm smile. His intense, murderous demeanor suddenly vanishes, and he reverts to his awkward alien self.
Saw us about the love confession stuff before. Too late now, but I'd have helped Corpse Girl in return for a simple date.
Seriously? Did I come up with some elaborate insight into his psyche and his desires for absolutely no reason? Was all he wanted a chance to take me out?
No backing out now. We've got a deal, right?
Right. Welcome to the team, Kojiro.
Team Corpse Girl, huh? Well, it's good to be on board. My more connection, your schemes. We hoist piles of corpses out and split the stack 50-50. That the whole of it?
To put it simply, yeah. And I get your assistance with Corpse Girl's work. A reward for keeping my eyes shut.
Of course. Looking forward to that. The spoken contract's as good as anything to me. I'm satisfied. When do we start?
Soon. There's only one thing missing from my plan.
That is?
We need somewhere to store the bodies we retrieve. Somewhere big, with no one to meddle in our business. I'm thinking an old warehouse or something like that.
A warehouse, huh? What about an abandoned factory? I might know a place.
Oh, hey.
Factory?
Put in the factory and corpse factory. An abandoned factory, all for our corpse collection. I like the sound of that.
And now we know why the game is called Corpse Factory.
Yeah.
It's Corpse Girl.
Yeah, that's a little more literal than,
Just vibes here. I think this little denouement is like the end of chapter 1.
yeah.
I could be wrong.
Do you want to
But
go ahead and...
that I could be wrong, but that last scene felt like it could have been the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
But it makes sense that we need like a little bit of tension release or summarization.
No, that's fair. I keep expecting it to end at any minute now, and I'm like, okay.
So like it's a gamble. Do we agree with the meta? Do we think that this game is fucky wucky and we have no idea when it'll end? But this does feel like, if anything, that we've been going on for a while now. We have reached the factory of the corpse factory. This feels like the ideal place to cut the chapter after this last scene here.
Yeah. Yeah, we can go ahead and try and cut through this and see, and if it doesn't, then we'll just for sure close it, even if the next one feels like it. I think that's a good plan. But I think you're right. It does feel like maybe just one last little wind down.
Yeah.
It's pretty late by the time I get back home. I'm completely wiped out. That conversation with Kojiro took way more out of me than I would have guessed. My entire mouth feels parched and dry, probably due to a combination of nervousness and talking far too much. Still, I'm happy with the end result. That meeting was worth stepping out of my comfort zone for. I'll wait for Kojiro to get back to me about the abandoned factory. Once we secure a location like that, our real work will begin. I figure that I should turn in for the night since I need to be at the office in the morning. But the ever-present tug of curiosity pulls at my sleeve, and I feel myself being drawn to my laptop. I'll take a quick look for new requests, just a peek. Laptop open and logged in. I feel a surge of endorphins slug me across the face when I see the notification for one new request. Squealing like an overly excited schoolgirl, I open the message and view the details. Oh! Ah! Do you think it's Tomoe? Like Shinya went home and like told her what happened, and Tomoe.
I would love it if it was Tomoe.
Like, she obviously felt
That
really
is what-
guilty about like Akane, but I think that like she's vindictive enough to do this with her.
Oh yeah, no, she's definitely petty enough. But also, we have to take into account Shinya. Like, does Shinya have the balls with a detective for a father?
I was gonna
Does
say,
he-
if you
does-
didn't have the detective for the father, I'd say yes, but I don't know.
I mean,
And wouldn't he have done it before?
no, he would not have.
You
He
don't
was
think-
resigned. He
Yeah,
was horrifyingly resigned. He was like dead inside.
fair.
But Noriko gave him a burst of courage. But also, that burst of courage was like yesterday? 2 days ago?
Yeah, I don't remember what day that was. Like,
No, that was yesterday. Because there was the Shinya scene, and then we were in the shower. And
Okay.
today we were with Kojiro.
yeah,
So-
okay.
If anything, the request would have come in maybe last
This
night. So I do
This
think
said it
Tomoe-
came in at 6 p.m. today.
6 p.m. today. Yeah, then
Yeah,
it
does it
feels
say?
like Tomoe. It feels like Shinya took that burst of energy he got from Noriko, went to go talk to Tomoe, ratted on Ida, and then Tomoe is definitely vindictive enough to get over her thing with Akane, right?
Yeah.
But also, I feel like either the chapter ends planning Ida's death, or the chapter ends with Ida's death. In which case, we have
Yeah.
like 4 more scenes.
No, for real.
So I guess we're gonna find out.
Because I could see her, like, waiting to do Ida's until she gets the chance to actually, like, manipulate. Like, this is personal, so she wants to, like, have, like, a real good touch to it. Maybe. So, yeah, I guess we'll find out. The photo loads almost instantly and fills the screen. A woman, middle-aged with a stern expression, well-groomed and dressed in business attire, and immediately familiar. Kotomi Ida. I'm in complete disbelief. Seeing this request come through the site gives me a disorienting sense of deja vu. I rack my brain for the cause, wondering if I've lived this moment before. The answer hits me quickly despite my mind's exhaustion. Kotomi Ida isn't the first coworker of mine to have her death requested. Though I didn't know at the time, Akane Suramaki also worked in the building, and her death was requested not all that long ago. Kotomi Ida marks the second person to be wanted dead within my company, and she is an exec, just like Suramaki. Or... No, never mind. I wonder if this
Never
is...
mind what?
I forgot we knew that Tomoe requested Akane, and then I was like, ooh, what if there's somebody else that's like requesting all the execs and it's just a coincidence? And then I'm like, nah, if that's the case, Tomoe wouldn't have admitted to requesting Akane, so I forgot.
Okay.
I wonder if this is simply a coincidence? It surely has to be. After all, Tomoe confessed that she was the one to request Suramaki's death, and she seemed to regret doing so. Therefore, I have to doubt that she'd go on to upload Kotomi Ida's photo to the site. So who could want Kotomi Ida dead? She isn't the most likable person, but who really is? She deals with the juniors on my floor on a regular basis. The juniors like me, Tomoe, Shinya. That's right. Thanks to Kotomi, Shinya's prospects at the company are dead in the dirt. And that's before even diving into the true issue, their current relationship. Would he request her death in retribution? He doesn't seem like the type, but I let out a sigh. I'm far too tired to run through the myriad of possibilities tonight. Excuse me. I don't think I can even bring my weary fingers to navigate to the database of the deceased to start on this request. I'll tackle this tomorrow. No matter the reasons behind the request, Kotomi Ito will receive a corpse photo. That's my conviction as corpse girl, after all. I close the lid of my laptop and throw myself down on the bed, begging for sleep to claim me quickly. Yep, nope, there's a lot more. God,
Okay,
this chapter
cool.
keeps going.
They don't know how to end.
No, apparently not.
No. You don't need to talk to anyone right now. You can talk later.
Goodbye, Noriko.
Goodbye, Noriko.
This is not a pressing conversation. Oh my gosh. Well, we learned a lot today. Huh.
I feel like we confirmed a bunch of conspiracy theories rather than learning new information.
I guess
but
that's fair.
No, we learned about Shinya's situation. That was new information.
Yeah, that was intense. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Very fucked up. And Noriko's way worse off of her meds than we thought she was.
Yeah, it's one thing to see her come in a bathroom stall. It's another thing entirely to see her have a full-blown meltdown in the middle of a mall.
Yeah, agreed. And we met Shinya's dad.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
I was debating on whether or not that would be something that's super relevant, or if that would just be a nice background detail until kind of like a Chekhov's gun thing. But this is clearly
Shinya's dad fucking hates Noriko.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
I'm also not 100% sure if he likes Shinya. He seems kind of like a harsh guy.
We have no interaction between them. We have no discussion from Shinya or Fujikawa about their relationship. Going based solely off his interaction with Noriko, he seems... I know how to get that CG, by the way.
Is that the Tomoe one that we speculated?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can talk about that after stream.
That's cool.
But going based solely off her interaction with Fujikawa, Fujikawa seems like he seems to have a disdain for unsightly behavior and or crime. So maybe his overbearing nature made Shinya shrink down a little bit, you know? But I don't think he would have been purposefully verbally abusive, I want to say.
Yeah,
And
that's
definitely
fair.
And definitely not physically. He doesn't seem the type. But also, all cops are bastards.
Shit, true. Even Japanese cops.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how that develops, but we'll see. I guess we've still got a lot to go. I say that, but we're already most of the CGs, so either the level of CGs slows down significantly as we get further in, or we're a lot closer to the end than I thought we were.
Did we get a title card for Chapter 1?
I'm pretty sure we did, because
Okay.
I want to say it was around when we got this one, but I could be wrong.
Logic dictates we would get a title card for Chapter 2.
That's what I was thinking, but I don't know. And there's nothing about the these that indicates
Chapter.
what chapter they're in.
Because it would suck if we just slipped into Chapter 2 unknowingly.
Yeah. I like markers, dang it.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting. Well, it was a good session. Good session. We got a lot of interesting stuff out of it. So thanks to everybody for hanging out. I still don't know what the hell's going on, but we're having fun with it.
We are starting to get an idea of a cohesive plot.
Yeah. Now I'm curious what the next mystery is gonna be, cause I feel like.
I mean, the conflict has to be like the end game conflict has to be whatever the fuck Kojiro is doing with his corpses.
That makes me think is like she's gonna discover that it's like way worse than she expected or something, and she has to stop him or something. Thanks, Elise. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you had a good one. Yeah, I don't know. I really like him, but I think he's gonna turn out to be like, I don't know.
Oh no, he's definitely gonna fuck shit up. And I
Yeah.
look forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I'm just curious if that means like, are they gonna be like two evil people destroy each other at the same time, or is it gonna be like Noriko's gonna put something aside, like some moral or something, and like become a good person to stop him or something? I don't know.
He seems unrepentant. She seems unstable.
Yeah. I imagine it's gonna be like they both go up in flames, but I don't know. Maybe it depends on which ending we get. We'll have to see, I guess. Well, thanks for joining us. Hope you all have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.